My name is Michael Price. I'm the director of the San Angelo Nature Center. Thank you for watching the Nature Center show on Channel 17. Today we're going to talk about a few of the lizards that are found right here in the Concho Valley. Now here in the Concho Valley we have 34 species, different kinds of lizards that are found here. However, due to time constraints, we're not going to be able to talk about all 34. So today I picked out 3 of the most unique and some of the most common lizards that we have here. Now lizards are reptiles, and like other reptiles such as snakes, turtles, and alligators, they're cold-blooded or ectothermic animals. They differ from us as mammals, like us, dogs, cats, as that their body temperature is dependent upon what the outdoor temperature or their surrounding temperature is. For example, with mammals, like humans, our inner body temperature is 98.6. If it's 40 degrees in this room, our temperature is 98.6. If it's 90 degrees in this room, our body temperature is still 98.6. But not so with lizards and other reptiles. If this room is 40 degrees, then this lizard's body temperature would also be 40 degrees. If it was 90 degrees in here, this lizard's body temperature would also be 90 degrees. Now lizards differ from other reptiles such as turtles in the fact that they don't have a shell, and they differ from snakes in the fact that they have legs and movable eyelids. Now this species right here is called a Texas alligator lizard. They're called alligator lizards because of 2 reasons. Number one, they have a head shape very similar to that of an alligator, and they also have very keeled dorsal scales. The scales of its skin that are fused on its back are very thick and heavy, much like an alligator's. Now another name for these lizards is also called the yo-yo lizard, and the reason for that is their tail is extremely strong. They spend the majority of their time in cedar and juniper trees, and their tail is very strong, so they're arboreal, and they'll use their tail to climb up trees. You can see it hangs by its tail and actually pull itself up backwards with that same tail. Alligator lizards are the largest of the lizards that we have here, with adult males reaching a length of almost 18 inches. The next species we're going to take a look at is called the Great Plains skink. These guys spend 90% of their lives underground. They're extremely fast. They're very snake-like in their movements. They have very small legs. In fact, when you see them on the ground, what they'll do is they'll take their front and back legs and they'll put them next to their body, and they'll move very quickly like this in a serpentine motion to get away. Now lizards have a very unique defense system. It's called autonomy. What happens is their tails can break off. And when their tails break off, it takes about 6 months, but they'll grow back. They won't grow back to their original length, and they won't grow back as colorful as the original tail, but it's a way for them to protect themselves. If I'm a predator and I'm trying to grab this lizard and it's scurrying away from me and I grab its tail will come off, causing no harm to the lizard. While I'm a predator, I'm preoccupied with his tail while the lizard crawls off to safety and allows his tail to grow back. Skinks are also a very large lizard that are found here. They get up to 12 to 13 inches. These guys love to hang out in the cracks along foundations and houses. The last lizard species that we're going to take a look at is probably the most common. These guys are called the Texas spiny lizard. As you can see, their scales are very, very spiny. These guys are also arboreal. They spend most of their time in trees. They love pecan trees and mesquite trees. In fact, just about every resident in San Angelo probably has one of these living in their trees. They're extremely common. You can see this one's tail has actually broken off and it's beginning to regrow. Again, the tail will not regrow to the original length or the original colors, but it will grow back and can be pulled off again, can be lost again by a predator so it can escape and repeat the process all over again. Now these guys, as you see, likes to climb up. When you see these guys in the wild, many times they'll be at the base of the tree. They sit at the base of the tree waiting to eat grasshoppers, crickets, and other insects. So these guys are actually very beneficial to have around. They'll sit at the base of the tree, and if any predator such as a dog, cat, or even human approach, they will run up the tree like this, and they'll go all the way to the top of the tree. Now these scales actually provide a type of protection as well, because as they're climbing up the tree, any animal that tries to grab it, either with its hands or its paws or even its mouth, will hit these rough scales. As you pet the animal this way, it's very smooth. But if you try to go backwards, it's very rough. Those scales are very, very hard, very coarse, very irritating. So if any predator tries to grab this lizard, they'll try to grab it like this with their hand, paw, or mouth. It'll be very, very rough, very hard, very scaly, and they will let go and let the lizard crawl into safety. We hope you learned a little bit about some of the lizards that we have here in the Concho Valley. Please turn into Channel 17, the Nature Center show, next time when we talk about some other interesting creatures that we have here.